Prior to the match, the conversation around was that Barcelona has had an easy draw, and against Benfica, it's a manageable opponent, which I agree, because considering the options Barcelona had, Benfica was the easy opponent for FC Barcelona. Comparing the form of Paris Saint-Germain in recent matches they've played, you will like or you prefer to play Benfica instead of PSG. But irrespective of this draw being a good draw for Barcelona, before the match started in the afternoon, I was thinking of this and discussing this within myself in my head that what if what happened against PSG at the Stadio Olympique last year happens? What if what happened to Monaco happens? Because prior to this match against PSG, Barcelona had won the first leg and they wanted to secure a qualification in the second leg, so just get a draw. And they even scored first in that particular match. So they had the advantage. But it was unfortunate Ronaldo Araujo was sent off. Now against Monaco, everybody knew that prior to the beginning of the match, with the quality and with the form Barcelona started the season with, Barcelona were afraid ahead of Monaco. But Eric Garcia was sent off at the early minutes of the match. So it changed the dynamics of the game. Now, with this red card, it made the game more tougher for FC Barcelona. It pushed Barcelona. And I'm not surprised after the match, Szczesny said the red card made Barcelona, expose, or they displayed a huge sense of maturity and seriousness in that particular match because it pushed them more. So on the 22nd minute, Pau Kubasi was sent off for a tackle on Pavlidis, which I think it was a red card. Yes, it was it was a straight red card. I've seen people trying to raise issues about the contact on Frankie de Jong before the incident, but that contact wasn't enough to deny a red card. No, that contact wasn't enough to deny a red card. So it was a straight red card. It was a good red card, and the referee got his decision right. Now after the match, what was Barcelona supposed to do? Because you are going to play almost 70% of the game with 10 men. Even though Benfica does not have enough quality like FC Barcelona. They do not have enough quality like FC Barcelona because Angel Di Maria was not in that match. They had Renato Sanchez, and then Pavlidis in the first leg in the group stages scored 3 goals against Barcelona. So people also forgot that Barcelona played in the group stages against Benfica, which they gave Barcelona a tough time. They had to come back and redeem themselves. And these 2 matches Barcelona has played in Benfica has showed how serious Barcelona is in this particular Champions League, in this year's Champions League. Because coming back from 3 goals to 1, 4 goals to 2, and win by 5 goals to 4 was a huge statement. And yesterday with a red card, they won. Now back to what I was saying. Barcelona needed to do something. And what did they do? So after the red card, as a coach, Kubasi is one of the formidable and reliable centre-backs Barcelona have for the past season, since last season to this season. So after he was sent off, Ronaldo Araujo, because of the system, he does not fit into the system very well because defending in the high defensive line, using an intelligent defender who has studied the system and understands the system, but anytime Araujo is in the setup, he keeps on explaining and confirming to us why he cannot be fit in that high defensive line system. I'm not saying Araujo is a bad defender, though he's a very, very good defender. And the act of defending among the centre backs in the FC Barcelona squad, he's the best among the centre backs. Let's not deceive ourselves. The act of defending, blocks, area duels, interceptions, and other things, he's the best among the centre backs Barcelona have in their squad. But with the system, putting attackers offside, playing them offside, Araujo is not that kind of defender you can rely on. So he has showed in numerous occasions, but he had to come in because Pau Kubasi was sent off. Now, after Pau Kubasi was sent off and Araujo came in, we had to sacrifice one player to bring on a defender, and it was Dani Olmo, which initially I was contemplating as to why Hansi Flick would decide to sub Dani Olmo off for Ronaldo Araujo. But now I understand, or going forward, I understood why he did that. Because off the ball, Dani Olmo is not that player you can see being aggressive, going in for tackles and other things. His is to take advantage of spaces and score goals and create chances. But this time, you are not going to get enough of the ball to play. You're not going to get more of it. So you need to protect your goal. So I thought he would have gone for Lewandowski instead of Dani Olmo, but he sticked with Lewandowski. And this was the main reason why he didn't sub Lewandowski off. I don't know whether people observed that in the match. You see, because Lewandowski is a striker, and Lewandowski has already written his name in the game of football, defenders are always scared of Lewandowski, irrespective of his current form. He plays with personality. So with Lewandowski's personality on the pitch, any defender who is marking Robert Lewandowski knows very well that if I attack more, leaving Lewandowski behind, he can punish me at any point in time. So if you observe the game clearly, anytime Barcelona have a goal kick and they want to kick that game or that ball, Szczesny targets Robert Lewandowski to be able to hold on the ball and then link up players. And do you think Dani Olmo would have done that perfectly for Barcelona? No, because Dani Olmo wouldn't stand in that number 9 position to torment defenders, or defenders wouldn't be scared of Dani Olmo that much as compared to Robert Lewandowski. So that decision was right. Now, we needed control in the game. Barcelona needed control in the game. And that is when PEDRI decided to give up his A game. I've already had this conversation with my friend, one of my friends we've argued with this. He said PEDRI is an attacking midfielder. Last year, I remember when we were in third year, yes. He said PEDRI is an attacking midfielder. I said, no, PEDRI is not an attacking midfielder. He's a central midfielder. PEDRI is a number 8. And I think PEDRI was created to come on this earth to play as a number 8. His duty is to control the game. And yesterday, after the red card, you could see there was a man holding the ball for Barcelona, controlling the game for Barcelona, releasing that pressure from Barcelona. So anytime PEDRI is being covered by a lot of players, he is being able to maneuver his way through. Even if he's covered by 4 or 5 players, PEDRI is able to find a way out and create spaces for himself. Hardly do you see PEDRI lose possession. Hardly. No wonder after the match, Koundé came out and then he said PEDRI gave the team more calmness, because in this situation, you don't need to attack more because you are not enough. You're not up to 10 outfield players. So you don't need to attack more. You need someone who is calm on the ball, who will hold on to play and make sure the team is not always under pressure. And that's what PEDRI brought into the game. Now you have to defend very well. And one player I need to talk about is Ronald Araujo and Jules Koundé. Inigo Martinez, we've talked about Inigo Martinez for quite a longer period of time now because he has been consistent since the beginning of the season. He got injured, came back, and then he has been fantastic. But Jules Koundé on the right yesterday, he was a solid right back defensively, and then you could clearly see he was playing for something. And before the match, Jules Koundé granted a press conference and he said Barcelona need to win the Champions League because Barcelona has tried this last season, they failed. Under Xavi, they tried 2 times, they failed. Before Xavi, so for the past 10 years, Barcelona has not won the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona has not won the UEFA Champions League. So they have to win. And Koundé in that press conference made that statement. And yesterday, you clearly see Koundé is playing for the Champions League. You clearly see the team is playing for something. Unlike the past season, Hansi Flick has transitioned, has transformed the team, and has improved their mentality that in Barcelona, you play for trophies, and the standard is the UEFA Champions League, not the Super Cup, not the Copa del Rey, not only the Spanish La Liga. You need to win the Champions League because Barcelona for almost 10 years now hasn't won the Champions League, and it's not a good thing for FC Barcelona. A team like Barcelona going more than 10 years without winning the Champions League is not a good, something for FC Barcelona. Now, the defenders did a very good job. Ronald Araujo came in and his interceptions and blocks, held Barcelona to, was to be able to win that particular match. And then that goal from Rafinha, I criticized Rafinha watching the game. I criticized him a lot because He had a lot of chances he should have converted in the first half, but he couldn't. But he was able to secure the win. Check that ball, the distance, and the precision, the technique that he played that shot. You blame the goalkeeper, but he stretched the goalkeeper to the last end. He couldn't do anything, and that was the goal. Now, the main man we are all talking about after the match was Szczesny. Szczesny. Szczesny, I'm sorry. Szczesny, I am very, very sorry. Please accept my apologies. I am very, very sorry. You see, after Szczesny got injured, Inaki Pena took over after Szczesny was signed from retirement. Don't forget, Szczesny was on retirement before Barcelona went to sign him. Barcelona became an object of ridicule. People were laughing. We became a laughing stock. Inaki Pena took over, and he did very well. But after Hansi Flick decided to go in for Szczesny, even though Inaki Pena was not that bad, I was a bit confused that why will you go for a goalkeeper who hasn't been playing for long? Out of retirement, you sign him. So I think he was going to be a backup. But now you decide to play him, to start him in most important matches. And against Benfica in the first league, you could clearly see Szczesny was not that comfortable. He had not settled into the system for long. So he was a bit shaky. But after that match, my guy, Szczesny has been keeping the post very well. Yesterday, 26 shots he faced, he didn't concede a goal. And 8 crucial saves for Barcelona. 8 crucial saves. And it's been a long time I've watched Barcelona play that a goalkeeper has been decisive for FC Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League. The last time I watched Barcelona, where the goalkeeper in the post was more decisive for Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League, was in the 2014-2015 season. Margaret Stadium, the first leg against Bayern Munich. In that match, Stegen was, and like he was out of this world. He did a very, very good job, and that was the same thing Szczesny did yesterday, and he deserved the man of the match. As he said, PEDRI won the man of the match, but I think for me, with what Szczesny did, Alisson Becker won the man of the match against PSG because of the crucial saves he made. Even though PEDRI bored, I think the man of the match should have gone to Szczesny. Now let me comment this players. I think at the end of the match, my best player, as I already said, was Szczesny. Now, after Szczesny, Koundé was my second best player in that particular match. Not PEDRI. Koundé played a very good game, and he was my second best player in that particular match. But hey, because he's a defender, he does not control more of the game. He is not respected enough. He has been criticized a lot, but I think he's one of the most underrated players in the Barcelona squad this year. Playing in not in his natural position. Koundé is not a right back. He is a centre back, but he has been converted to play as a right back, and now he is competing with the natural right backs, Achraf Hakimi, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the rest. But Koundé is not a right back, and yesterday he was very, very fantastic. And then Araujo. No, after Koundé, PEDRI was there. He controlled the game. His calmness, his ability to, beat opponents in tight spaces to release that pressure from the squad was phenomenal. Now, Rafinha, when it came to the moment we needed him the most, he rise up to the occasion, and he explained to us why he's in the Ballon d'Or contention, why he's in the conversation as to the players who should win the Ballon d'Or this year. Rafinha did a very good job, and that strike was late. Inigo Martinez, fantastic, and Ronald Araujo. Paudi too did a very good. So in all, the entire squad played a good game. Lamine Yamal did his tricks and other things, but he was not decisive, and got to a point he was tired, and we needed fresh blood, energy into the game because we were playing with 10 men. So if one player is dehydrated or he does not have the energy to press, he has to be subbed off for new players to come in and add more energy. But one thing Hansi Flick has added to the squad is maturity, ambition, and ambition, mentality. Now the mentality of the boys is more tough. That even if it's not until the last minute, if the referee does not blow the whistle to end the game, You can't write Barcelona off. And with 10 men, Barcelona came back and won the match. I think they learned from their lessons in previous matches they've played. It was a very, very good game. On the other hand, Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool. Paris Saint-Germain had a very good form in the last 5 matches they played in the UEFA Champions League. The Ligue 1, they are unbeaten. That I'm not going to talk about that because the quality there, no one can match the level of Paris Saint-Germain. But because of that recent good form Paris Saint-Germain has had under Luis Enrique, Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, João Neves, Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, Ziyech Emery, Warren, those players have had a good form, has had a good run in the last 5-6 matches they've played. So because of that, and then PSG playing at home, facing Liverpool, and we all know the ultras of Paris Saint-Germain, those ultras, how they can make an environment more intimidating for opponents. So they were saying Paris Saint-Germain at least would have a good results against Liverpool. Yes, they had a good game. They played a very good match. Alisson Becker facing 27 shots, winning the man of the match. He was the main key man for Liverpool in that particular game. Salah was lost in the game. McAllister in the midfield was not functioning. Gravenberch, they didn't do a very good job. So the entire game was dominated by Paris Saint-Germain. But the most important thing was the win. And Liverpool had that. So I always say this. You need key players. You need players who understand the stage, who understands the competition to decide matches for teams. And that's what Alisson Becker did yesterday. And when it reached to Donnarumma to do same for Paris Saint-Germain, he failed. So the shot he faced, the only shot he faced was a goal. That was from Donnarumma. So that was the time PSG needed Donnarumma the most, but he failed. So it took Liverpool a single moment to decide the match, and that was what happened to Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Liverpool will end the second leg at the Anfield, and we all know what Anfield is. Barcelona went there leading by 3 goals. They scored Barcelona 4 goals with Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and top quality. Now they came to your home, they got a win. You think you can go and then overturn the results? No. I think Paris Saint-Germain, with this thing or with these results and with how things are going, Liverpool has a 60 or 70% chance of qualifying to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona will qualify. Playing at home next week, Tuesday. It's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a difficult. Barcelona have to manage because getting a win, you don't need to, put in all your arsenals to go humiliate them. You need to manage the results because the games are too much. You need to manage the results to be able to qualify to the next stage of the competition. Don't forget